at this time I'm trying to compose oneself. For the simple reason is MTV has done what I thought could be the impossible. Continually going downhill into a cesspool of ignorance and unbridled brain dead logic. Huh. I just finished watching that MTV news thing, which unto itself is an oxymoron, where they don't actually report on musical news. A music program not informing the populace on what's happening with the artists of the day, only to produce something as moronic like resolutions for white guys video. A pretty pathetic concept, if you ask me. One of the things were that I do take extreme offense with is talking about blue lives. Blue lives matter is not a thing. The blue lives is not a thing. Blue life, no one is born blue. They aren't, you know. It says a guy who's a bigger pussy than the actual creature on his shirt. Blue lives do matter. I am related to a former man in blue. Though he was not a police officer, that particular relative of mine wore blue as a uniform for 27 long and very productive years, saving many people from many a hardship. And to say his life isn't a thing, to say his life isn't worth a grain of salt, it's a very disturbing and heartbreaking thing to hear that. Since I still hold that particular male relative in extreme high esteem. And for MTV to virtually say, you know what, any person who's a law enforcement officer or works within the law itself is only a contributor to institutional racism, it is a moronic statement. Literally a moronic statement. And what about and I'm addressing this to MTV itself. Do you care about the families who are left behind from people who are law enforcement officers? They may not be police, they could be corrective, they could be sheriff's officers. In Canada, that could be the Royal Canadian Mounties. In your sense, red lives don't matter. So you're virtually saying that law enforcement personnel's lives do not matter. They deserve to be killed. Well, I say this to the more so this person who's a bigger pussy than the cat on his shirt. How about you? Don't ring up the police at all if you have a break and enter. Don't ring up the police at all if you get beaten up in a public area. Do not give pol- police or law enforcement details of your assailant or the person who beat you up. Don't seek justice for the person who wronged you. But guessing you are so weak in your pathetic at MTV as well. Actually, I say to everyone who made this video, don't ring up the police. If someone breaks into your home and steals stuff, if someone breaks into your car and steals it, don't steal it. Don't report it to the police. If you get assaulted in any which way, don't ring up the police. Don't ring up any law enforcement for someone that punched your lights out while you are having a good time somewhere. That is a challenge for you, but I know the first thing what you'll do when someone beats you up or someone does something wrong to you, you'll be ringing up your emergency hotline, your emergency 3 numbers like that, begging for help and assistance. But really, do you deserve such assistance? For your lack of respect for these people, I would say no. Honestly, I would say no. Another point that you pointed out was America wasn't really great for people who were not white. Let's see. Settling America. A lot of white people did that. A lot of white people died trying to get to the other side. Going from such places like New York and places in Virginia and that, going westward, making new frontiers. A lot of white people died for it. They either died by disease, or they died with Native American raids, and they died from their own greed. So white people actually were killing white people over land. But MTV, you don't want to acknowledge that in your beautiful Californian studio. This woman with glasses, she said in a very bleh type of attire, she says, understand what mansplaining is and not do it. How about that person and MTV understands the terminology of condescending, and don't be and try not to do that. Using the terminology mansplaining, which is a fake thing, try to tell men not to mansplain is one of the most stupidest things on the planet. Another one was talking about they were literally disrespected Kanye West. Me, I'm not into his music, but I respect him for saying, you know, guys, Donald Trump he was fairly elected as our president of the United States. Y'all got to understand that he's going to be the president for the next 4 years. I need to have you with a blade of hypocrisy backstab him because he had a meeting with Donald Trump and he supported Donald J. Trump. But then congratulate Beyonce and Jay-Z for standing up for urban terrorists. Which makes me want to say this. MTV, Modern Terrorist Vision. MTV. Well, Modern Urban Terrorist then, if you want to be a bit more technical, but that's MUTV. And I don't want my club, Manchester United, anywhere near this stuff. Another point that they made, which is pathetic, woke. People have been saying that word for years. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. Or I woke up. Depending on where you are living and the pronunciation of said word. Walk. Yeah, I had to act like a deranged adult figure from the Peanuts comics and that. As a another one that they did and they literally supported, as I mentioned in the previous point, they do support the modern day or the modern terrorist vision to get alleged grassroots lower class people to fight the more higher end of society, being people like Donald Trump. Even in one of Beyonce's music videos that this particular station proudly shown is her performing urban terrorist acts. Her riding around with a gun in the air like so. Imagine a gun in my hand. With her doing that, she's showing that the only way you can get things done is by literal murdering and disfiguring of people, terrorizing people, maybe even looting and pillaging and destruction of businesses. back in the eras past to promote such disunity in the community. Such persons, no matter what skin color you are or what political affiliation or lifestyle you were, to promote this unity, you were either arrested or banished from that particular realm. Either local law enforcement, state law enforcement, slash territory, slash providence, slash province, leading on to a national level. Or some jail time for conspiring to unsettle the populace. And I I am asking myself, I have asked myself this question many a time. Why promote social unrest? And I've seen that particular video on MTV. I refuse to put it in the description side, nor am I going to tell you the actual video so you can go and view it, as I do not support nor do I endorse that video's message of being an urban terrorist. Something that MTV clearly wants to advertise as being a positive thing instead of being a community-minded thing, like what some musicians do. But since it's not geared to the destruction of some wrongly perceived privilege, and to make a further point on the point where the woman said America was never great for non-whites. Let's see. I've already made mention settling. Then there was the War of Independence, where white man versus white man. The American colonies wanting to be independent versus the British Empire. All whites were killed in that one. The American Civil War. A lot of white men died then. Not to mention World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, and various other conflicts where American troops have taken part. Well and truly over 10 million US force personnel or US people had passed away. Well, white Americans had passed away due to wars, conflicts of one form or another. Only to have this. I also don't think about the American people who are what MTV would call white trash. Hillbilly, redneck. Over here in Australia we have a terminology called bogan. In the UK they have a terminology called chavs. A white person who has limited educational prospects. They're not exactly doing well. They're not great white America. But yet, MTV wants to disregard the movement of Ray Charles. Ray Charles, a blind Black American performer. He broke down a lot of barriers there. Stevie Wonder broke down a lot of barriers. Michael Jackson was going through a skin disease that bleached his skin naturally. He fought for equality. He is more of an ambassador of equality than what MTV is. You gotta look at the R&B, rap, urban, and hip hop musical genres, all having predominantly black people. They are living a great lifestyle, having money that I, an Australian living in the suburbs, would dream of having. Not to hoard it myself. If I had the money of half of the money of one R&B star, let's just say Jay-Z. If I had half the money that Jay-Z has got now, firstly, I would put money into my father's bank account. Help him with his retirement. I would pay for his medical bills. If I had half the money that Jay-Z had, I would buy him his very own house. The reason why I say his house, for this simple reason, though the house would be under me, my father would not be paying any rent, nor will he be paying the amenities, as in phone, electricity, or phone / internet / cable television. He wouldn't be paying for the electricity bill, wouldn't be paying for the phone bill, wouldn't be paying for his life insurance. Just say, for what he has done and what he has contributed to society, if I had half of Jay-Z's money, I would be literally doing that for my father. A man who worked so hard to put food on the table for me and the rest of my family. A man who's worked so hard for so many years. He deserves that, to not worry about paying for anything. All my father has to most probably have to do is since with that bit more money, also toss in the medication funds in there too, and guessing with a lot more freed up money, I would suggest that my father goes to see a movie. Go to a nice gold class cinema where my father can go and say, I'll have a Diet Coke, I'll have some popcorn, and can I have those beautiful, delicious mini burgers, please? And that person say, yes, sir. When would you like to have that particular stuff come in, sir? And my father would say, can you bring the popcorn and the drink a quarter of the way in, those sliders halfway, and can I have another drink around at the same time that the sliders come? And that person was like, why, of course, sir. Hand my father back the gold class ticket. Money the money gets given. My father pays for his ticket, and after paying for the ticket and paying for the meal, sit down in those beautiful reclining seats. The recliner lifts up, sits back, and watches a movie of his choice. Maybe even show it my grandmother. And that's only going to be a very small percent. A very small percent of half of Jay-Z's money. The other half, another percentage, I would do. Give money to my church. Give money to a sporting organization. I'll be charitable with that money. But we rarely see that with Jay-Z or Beyonce, and they have a lot more. But yet they put money into the Black Panthers, which is a terrorist organization. Well, you know what? This is where the CD where some of the proceeds of the CD sales goes, don't we, boys and girls? Another point that they've frequently raised is they've actually have quite a lot of those. Here. Oh. Another, and they keep on, and also, what about the athletes like Cassius Clay? He found a way to jump the drafting board and says, "I'm now joined a religion of peace," which is actually a religion of terrorism. Actually, it's not a religion at all. It's more of a fundamental political system based on terrorizing the world to fit its political agendas. Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Magic Johnson, Karl Malone, The Rock, The Usos, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Rocky Johnson, Great Chief Peter Maivia, Yokozuna, Ricky Steamboat, Taka Michinoku, Yoshihiro Tajiri, Bobby Lashley, Rampage Jackson, and the list goes on and on and on when it comes to athletes. Now, let's look at the movie side of things. You got your Sidney Poitiers, you got your Halle Berrys, you got your beautiful Kelly Hu's, you got your Jackie Chan, you got your Jet Li, you got your Brandon Lee and Bruce Lee. You've got The Rock again, because he's double hitter. Tyrese, Terry Crews, and that's just off the top of my head. I'm not. I will never say generally that black woman from the latest Ghostbusters. She was a racial stereotypic bitch. The guy who played her father in the modern Ghostbusters movie, he started a lot better African American representative in a Ghostbusters franchise, much more than she had. It's not a racist thing, it's not a sexist thing, it's a reality thing. Ben Kingsley. He is a Anglo-Indian. Ashwara Ra. Indian. Made it big in Europe, made it big in America. A lot of people have made it who weren't white made it big in America. In America, a lot of people who are white did not make it big in America. So things even out, literally even out. Back to the mansplaining thing. There's no, besides it not being such a word as mansplaining, there's other factors as well. Don't be arrogant, don't be narcissistic, which that was. And to say all lives matter only complicates things. The only reason why it complicates things is because MTV and the Black Lives Matter rhetoric only calls for black lives to be important. Therefore, the only true continent that is relevant to MTV and the, according to this black woman on that particular video of New Year's resolution for white people, the only true nation that's of true worth is Africa, or the continent of Africa. The same thing can be said for Mauritius and the place to live, Madagascar. Only a small percentage of the world's population is very important. So, if I was MTV, and since you want, instead of saying all lives matter, saying all lives are important, just want to focus on black lives, how about pulling out your offices in Europe? Do not put on another Europe Music Award because Europe is not black. How about pulling out your offices in Sydney? Pull out your offices in Asia. Pull out your... Definitely pull out of Israel. pull out of India and Central America. Do not broadcast your. Also, pull out of the United States itself and move to Africa. The only peaceful region would be Johannesburg or Cape Town in South Africa. That's the only safe location. Another. Don't even show Asian people on your channel, since Asian lives do not matter. Don't show Indian people or Middle Eastern people on your network, because those lives do not matter. Do not show content from North America or Central America, since most of the population is not black. They're either super tanned or white, according to your marketing abilities. Don't show any Australian entertainment. Who cares if they're native Australian? And they're more black, and they are, and I know of quite a lot of some of my Aboriginal friends who are a lot darker than the black American population. Hell, those black people don't care, don't matter. These black people do. Double standard there. I suggest such nations. I would suggest over here in my country, like Foxtel, remove all of the MTV channels from your lineup, since MTV itself does not want to do business with such a backwards and racist nation like Australia. Ooh. Bring back VH1. Bring back the country music channel. Hell, bring back Ovation. For more of the classical arts scene. And get rid of all that trash that MTV spews. That MTV, am I speaking correctly now? That you don't care about every person on this planet. You only care about the Black American population. Also, if you really want to say Black Lives Matter, how about pulling this from your... How about selling these properties like Jackass, Dirty Sanchez, your old white presenter stuff. Get rid of Daria. That is full of white people, and you don't like white people. Get rid of Beavis and Butthead. Get rid of the claymation wrestling program that you did, Celebrity Death Match. How about firing? Also pull out Rob Factory's Fantasy Life. Take out the Nitro Circus. They're predominantly white. Get rid of this white stuff. Fire the celebrity white chef from Snack Off. Fire Rob Dyrdek. and Charlie's and Chanel West Coast from ridiculousness, replace them with ethnically appropriate talent. Guessing ridiculousness will have Stilo Brim being the only original cast member, and you'll have some brain dead former, actually some brain dead washed up comedian being the host, and someone that would make Chanel West Coast look like Ivanka Trump. Chanel West Coast, classy. And you'll have to bring in someone who is that pathetic. Someone who doesn't take care of themselves. I know my body type, I'm not exactly a pillar of health. But you might get a woman to fit in with that Chanel West Coast thing. Called Dijonais Aqua or some bologna, some bolognaise Shakwili Batili bajillionary person who hasn't gone to school in their life sounding name. As that who would actually make me thin in comparison. Hell, my one gut would fit into one of her boobs 2 times over. And you'll be able to see her with some sort of big thing of candies, and she goes like boom 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 and laugh and have some gory, disgusting Jackson Pollock looking painting makeup on her face, the jewels on her finger that were all the jewelry on her hands would make Mr. T's chains around his neck look like an amateur collection. Not to mention your ethnically acceptable host could be an Asian fella doing every single joke that attacks white people at a drop of a hat. Oh, look at that white fella. He's stupid. You see how stupid he is? He should know that if you lean back too far in chair, you go fly downhill. I can see that. If MTV wants to continue down this path, and maybe have some weird Hispanic chick singing for the white judge in Snack Off going, hola chica, this is crazier than what my mama put together in the back insert and native Central American land there. That's if MTV wants to make sure everything runs smoothly for their true intended audience. Another point, MTV is nothing but hypocrites. There were more diverse in their musical selection with the supposed racist 80s. They had country music in there. They had pop music in there. They had rock music in there. They had low levels heavy metal in there. They had techno, early stages of techno in there. Only a tad bit of R&B here and urban in there, a little bit of hip hop and rap. It's scattered all over the place. You see, that was great. That was vastly more diverse than what we have now. It's either cookie cutter pop music, hate all white people R&B slash rap slash urban slash hip hop. You touch my hoe and you die. Sort of rap, hip hop, and all that stuff. Also, if a man loves me, he'll give me all the gold on the planet in the aforementioned rap, hip hop, urban, blah blah, yada 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 music. Terrorist supporting videos. The music awards now is predominantly given to people who have very little or no talent, like Justin Bieber. The only reason why he's popular, and that's because of a video that was posted up on social media quite a long time ago, and some ridiculous pop some pop music contestant winner, or maybe the first runner-up, second runner-up, and push comes to shove, third runner-up of a particular year's something idol, something factor, something talent. Something brain dead on that level. Or something voice, or something along those lines, something non-intelligent, distracts people from actual good scripted TV. And it just keeps, and MTV's sins keep going from there. Let me just let me just say in closing, and I'm just addressing Rob Dyrdek, Chanel West Coast, and Stilo Brim. My patronage of watching ridiculousness has officially come to an end now. Reason why is because of your network and its constant bashing against those people who do not support a more liberal and more subsequently less educated view of thinking. I do wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Your future endeavors as being singers, performers, entertainers, entrepreneurs, and alike. But at this stage, until MTV cleans up its act and and to be more fair across the board towards all musicians, as in all musicians, actually, all genres matter, and on top of that, for them to stop listening to this poorly put together rhetoric, but political rhetoric, and with them attacking a main news system like Fox as that as that greater pussy than the beast on his shirt man said, and do you Fox News? And unfortunately, until that time comes and goes, I will be unfortunately. I do not see myself being a viewer of your show anymore. Rob, I consider you to be one to be a the to be an extremely funny comedian, more funny than anyone that I can actually say good things about from the Montreal Comedy Festival. Stilo, from the bottom of my heart, I'm not doing this to attack you. You actually have a damn brain inside your skull. You're witty, you're full of one-liners. And you know what is right and what is not right. You have great poise, and you're very and I'm to be honest with you, I am blessed to have seen you perform on ridiculousness. And to you, Chanel West Coast, that you're an R&B singer, you have more heart in that in your tiny. Let me just. This over here is Chanel West Coast. And Chanel, you have one of these. This goes in here. A big heart goes into such a small body. Chanel, you're that kind, you're that respectful to your guests. It just pains me because of what your station, your channel, your network has done. Is what it's done is now preventing me from seeing your beautiful heart, from seeing your beautiful and compassionate nature, to see your school girl inner beauty. To hell with what you wear. To hell with you trying to be sexy. That's not what got me to be your fan. What got me to be your fan was watching ridiculousness. And to see what innocence you have. To see what a big heart you have. Actually, all you guys, all Rob, Stilo, and Chanel, you all have big hearts. You all are very intelligent people. You all are gifted individuals in what you do. But it's just sad to see that I cannot see the innocence of Chanel West Coast. I cannot see comical, the straight comical nature of Stilo Brim, and the hilarious, offbeat, comical nature of Rob Deerdeck. It's all because of MTV. I am sad because I don't get to hear that beautiful machine gun laugh from Chanel West Coast, or that modern day Eddie Murphy laugh that Stilo Brim you do, and even the humorous jackal-like laugh that you do, Rob. I'm sad to think that I can no longer watch your show. Even to Chrissy Teigen and Eddie Wong from Snack Off. I'm also sorry I can't even watch your show now. What I loved about your show was to be able to put together a meal with what little you were able to have. And now I can't watch that. I know people say, oh, you can easily watch Iron Chef, you can easily watch this show, you can always watch that show. But it doesn't have the same spirit of Snack Off. Snack Off to me was watching. Well, over here in Australia, we had a TV show called Ready Steady Cook, and watching an episode of the classic MacGyver, in condensed in such condensed in a half an hour TV show. Chrissy, I'll be able to see you in lip sync battle. You and LL Cool J, you guys do a brilliant job there. But unfortunately, I can't see your culinary comical skills anymore. It's because of MTV. Eddie, you're a great host. From the bottom of my heart, you are one of the better hosts that I can actually tolerate on television. Because you're witty. You interact with the contestants on such a epic level. Like, you can be cheeky to a woman and to be brazen to a and to be brazen to a boy. Contestant. You can be brazen to a female and cheeky to a bloke, which is male over here in Australia. Two wonderful shows I cannot watch anymore. Two shows that I will never watch again, unless MTV does something about its policy and its entertainment system. And lastly on this topic, to the people who currently work on Snack Off, to the people who currently work on ridiculousness, and to all the people who work on the Nitro Circus, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I pray that you find work that would bring you great prosperity. I pray that when you get out of this MTV shadow, that your careers would blossom into something that would be far greater than what you currently have at MTV. And I just really want to say I love all you guys who work on those shows. And Jeff Tremaine, you're one twisted bastard, but I love you for it. God bless you all. And MTV, because of that one video that you posted up on your alleged news broker section, being totally bitchy towards white people, you've lost this Indian. Firstly, I'm Indian. Secondly, I was born white. And you keep saying that Black Lives Matter. Only Black Lives Matter. You insult my brown skin heritage, and you insult my white skin heritage. Twice you insult me. Twice you insult my backgrounds. And for that, I can't watch your network anymore. You've virtually taken away 3 great TV shows from my viewing. Those 3 shows, I've just lost 1 viewer. Unwillingly lost 1 viewer. As I said to those shows, Ridiculousness, Snack Off, and Nitro Circus, I wish you all the best. Ridiculousness, Rob Deerdex, Fun Factory, I wish you guys well. I want you guys to go to. I want the Nitro Circus and the Fun Factory to go to ESPN. I want Ridiculousness to be picked up from Spike or from some other TV network. I want Snack Off to be picked up from the Food Channel. I don't care if I have to go to 3 different channels to watch you guys, but I will. And that